We've already taken a look at what might happen if the battle droids were made out of BESKAR, so now let's take a look at their leader Grievous. So in Legends, General Grievous's armor was made out of armorplast, an advanced and light form of durasteel. Durasteel was an incredibly strong material, used in both Jango Fett and Darth Vader's armors. Thanks to this strong plating, Grievous was very hard to be killed and became the ultimate Jedi killer himself. So what if he was almost entirely invincible and was made out of BESKAR? Well, despite it being incredibly tough, durasteel was easily sliced through by a lightsaber. Grievous would hypothetically eventually be killed in a duel. With BESKAR, however, we know it is to be incredibly resistant to lightsaber strikes and even holds up against the saber's energy when it's grinding against it. Because of this, we can more or less assume that Grievous would be unkillable to the current knowledge and understanding of the Republic. It wasn't until Sabine Wren created her arc generator that the Empire finally had a safe way of defeating Mandalorians. Here's an explanation of that weapons quoted from Star Wars Rebels. The arc generator's energy pulse is drawn to the BESKAR ally in the Mandalorian's armor, superheating it and instantly vaporizing the target, all the while doing no harm to our Imperial stormtroopers. The only way it would be possible to defeat Grievous is to use that same technology against him, since it would melt his inner electronics and what remains of his alien organs. However, this weapon was built when Sabine Wren was a child, likely around 5 years after the Revenge of the Sith, so the lack of her weapon existing during the Clone Wars would completely change the outcome. In another video on the battle droids, I felt confident that BESKAR would likely not be impacted by EMPs, but many comments seem to think of that as a common sense solution. It turns out that you could reinforce Duraplast, another material used by the Mandalorians, to be incredibly resistant to EMPs and ion cannons, so with BESKAR being an even stronger material, I honestly doubt it would have any effect whatsoever from an EMP. So with that in mind, the Republic are more or less defenseless against the cyborg general of the droid army. All of the battles he lost in the Clone Wars TV show, he would have won. Other than the occasional time that Obi-Wan got away lucky, it was always Grievous needing to flee the field. Now that he's invincible, that would not be a concern. Thanks to his nature as a cyborg, he would be able to fight for significantly longer than a Jedi could tolerate with their stamina. This would lead to him eventually killing Obi-Wan and Ahsoka. He actually almost did kill her, but she was able to cut through his arm. This time, that's impossible. Knowing Anakin, he tries something reckless to get revenge, but will get cut down in the process. Even being the chosen one, he's had countless near-death experiences, and even just regular Grievous would have been a deadly match for Skywalker's fighting style. Not only would Grievous dominate duels, but battles too. He would swiftly be able to take over any base he was sent to, and regardless of the amount of hits he takes, he'd still come back at the clones with his full speed and power. In Legends, Grievous was already incredibly hard to deal with. Since his first day on the job, he defeated Ventress and Durg at the same time. Now just imagine if he was literally invincible and was let loose like a wild animal. I genuinely believe he would lead every change and lead to complete galactic domination for the CIS. The only thing that could possibly save the Republic would be Palpatine toying with the battlefield, but he could take over so easily that he'd just be wasting his own time. So if you were in this hopeless situation, how would you try and defeat Grievous? Be sure to let me know down in the comments. Thank you all for watching, and happy May 4th, 2023.